If there's one thing that this current quarantine has made plain, it's this: Agile is just a new way of working. That's this week on the Badass Agile podcast. Greetings, team. Welcome to the Badass Agile podcast. I'm your host, Chris Williams. Hey, everybody. Welcome back. Good to see you. Hey, if we're still in the midst of the COVID-19 thing as you're listening to this, I want to invite you to join me every Monday at 7 p.m. EST and every Wednesday at noon EST for a free COVID-19 discussion on economic recovery. We talk about the trends. We talk about what you need, what you fear, what you're seeing. We talk about what's likely coming next. And I can tell you from experience that it's creating new opportunities for Agile coaches, Agile leaders, and practitioners in every industry. Now, I don't want to convene to talk about what's happening. I want to convene to talk about what's about to happen so we can be ahead of the curve, taking action, and leading the way, period. So I hope you find time to join me. I'll see you there. Now look, anytime you're building skill or facility, you start with fundamentals, you build up a certain amount of muscle memory and a certain amount of excellence. You build up routines and practices so that you have a bedrock of practice that you can build upon. But if you don't move on from that bedrock and you keep doing the same things and you keep solving the same puzzles, you're never going to grow. We need to start treating agility as the new way of working so that we can build even stronger and more effective practices for the future. But before we do that, let's take a moment to remember why we're here. To create an elite tribe of leaders who truly serve their clients and communities by doing what matters and what works, relentlessly chasing value and excellence like a badass. There's so many resources out there about what you need to do to be agile, but we're focused on who you need to become in order to lead teams. So let's hammer down those fundamentals to create a unique and powerful force in this industry. And remember, guys, if this helps you, tell your friends. Agile concepts have been around for more than a decade. At this point, we should know what elements work in what conditions and what ones don't. At this point, it's crucial to stop over-talking and over-examining the core practices to make minor tweaks to them, because all we're doing is amassing this giant body of fundamental knowledge that no one is ever going to have the time to read. And here's what I observe in the marketplace. We're spending so much time talking about how to do those fundamentals from a theoretical and book perspective, but we're not talking about the personal characteristics, traits, and habits that make you successful at implementing them in a way that they actually enhance productivity and unequivocally improve performance. And for those who say that, you know what, Agile is not about improving performance at the company level, it has to be about creating happier teams, that's absolutely true. But remember something, if you can't show some benefit, either from improved performance or from happier teams, companies are going to stop paying to use it. So it's incumbent on us now to stop fussing over the minor details of how you do Scrum when you only have 7 people and the architect has a mustache and he only comes into work on Tuesdays. Researching, documenting, and reading that level of detail misses the point of agility. Agility is supposed to make us nimble. And as such, I think we all agree that while it had its origins in the software development team rooms, it's time to help it move and spread to every part of the organization. We should be using agility to help shoestring startups or nonprofits execute with precision and rapidity in a way that only a small team can. We should be helping human resource departments fill positions in a matter of days, not months. We should be helping define processes and tools that make the interchange of everything from payments to information nearly instantaneous. As soon as the need arises, we're there to meet it. We could be helping small marketing organizations place small bets, to test different kinds of communications, different kinds of campaigns, to see what reaches the right customers at the right time. We could be helping the arts community create new models to sustain revenue, to generate real reach, so that we can help that ever-important aspect of culture and daily human life to thrive. There's so much more here, guys, than launching features and apps. We have to do everything we can to help others accept that agility is simply a new way of working. And in its purest form, it's done well by having a vision or intention, knowing where you're going, making fast, crisp decisions on the priorities of all the outputs and all the work required to deliver them, and then to move incrementally, one small cycle of done, working things at a time, and then we relentlessly inspect what we do and how we do it so that we can make it better next time. That's what Agile can teach us to do. So we need to communicate and inculcate this across the organization. Leave no silo unturned. Leave no person unskilled. We need to focus on teaching these skills, not just to developers, not just to product managers, but to every entrepreneur, to every worker on the factory floor, to every worker on the 11th floor for that matter. These fundamental skills need to be made plain, made simple, so that they're accessible to and understandable by everyone. Let us spend our energy this year not flaunting new whiteboard techniques, but spreading the power of agility to the parts of the organization that so desperately need it, to the corners of finance, accounting, purchasing, shipping, and receiving. This belongs everywhere. It belongs in law enforcement. It belongs in retail. It belongs in healthcare. It belongs in government. It belongs in social services. It belongs in transportation. If we could get everyone thinking the same way about how to move, how to deliver, how to improve, how to focus on the end customer, we could change the world. And I truly believe that the time is now. So if you're looking to make a dent, if you're looking to have an impact, it's time to think of a Scrum Master or a coach or an Agile practitioner as someone who's not relegated to the development team room, to a bunch of software development projects, but to enabling high-performance business at small scale, medium scale, large scale, in every city, in every country in the world. So how will you play your part? That's something to think about. Folks, thank you for listening. You can reach out at badassagile.com, or you can find me on Twitter at badass_agile. I look forward to seeing you next time, and until then, stay badass.